In today's video, we are diving into the habit of expecting disaster, also known as catastrophizing. This mindset is a shortcut to anxiety, depression, and it can throw a wrench in the works of happy life. But don't worry, I'm here to guide you through 3 healthier strategies to combat this unhelpful thought pattern. So let's unpack this together. Picture this. A woman is prepping for an important presentation. Suddenly, her laptop crashes, panic sets in. No computer means no presentation, which means she'll botch the meeting, derail her career, and her professional life will crumble, right? Catastrophizing is when we take a setback and inflate it into a full-blown disaster. It's like seeing a cloudy day and connecting it to a hurricane. It's imminent. We all know someone who, upon spotting a single gray hair, declare that they're aged overnight. It begins with a real issue, like a technical glitch before a big meeting, but then it escalates to wild imaginations of career-ending outcomes. At its core, catastrophizing is a default reaction to stress or imperfection. Reflect for a moment, how do you react to stumbling blocks? When this becomes a pattern, it paves the way to persistent worry or despair. People are trapped in this cycle, often feel recovery is out of reach. So consider this scenario: a person with performance anxiety. Imagine a small mistake during a speech will lead to a public humiliation. A young adult equates not getting likes on social media to being universally disliked. These are classic catastrophizing moments. Why does this mindset do more harm than good? It not only blocks us from potential solution, but also tends to manifest in the very outcomes we fear. Approaching a situation with dread often sets the stage for it to go poorly. Why then do we fall into this trap? It boils down into a flawed protective mechanism. We think bracing up for the worst shields us from disappointment or prepares us for a failure. Ironically, this defense often leads to anxiety and disillusionment we were trying to avoid. But you're not broken for thinking this way. It's a habit that you have the power to change. Why do we catastrophize? It's often a misguided attempt to brace for impact or to use fear as a motivator. While fear can kick us into gear in a short term, it's a poor long-term strategy, breeding more anxiety and more stress. So how do we break free from catastrophizing? It starts with self-awareness. Notice when doomsday thoughts creep in. What situation triggered them? Engage in self-reflection or seek feedback from those close to you. Next, you want to challenge these thoughts. They're not facts, but suggestions your mind is offering. Suggestions you can refuse. Practice mindfulness to let these thoughts come and go, just like clouds in the sky. Then replace catastrophizing with constructive thinking. If you're worried about making mistakes, remind yourself that everybody does, and it's part of learning and growing. If you're anxious about social interactions, remember that everyone seeks connection, and it's okay to be imperfect. This approach involves staying engaged and open to outcomes, both good and bad. It's about vulnerability and the courage to face life uncertainty. As you commit to embracing life fully, you'll find that the reward often outweighs the risks. So share this message with someone who might need this. Your openness could be a catalyst for change in someone's life. Thanks for tuning in, and here's to facing life's ups and downs with courage and hope.